thought it would be a little better. Let's make sure. Where is that? Get some of that baby fingers off there. There we go. It's a little better. Run back. 6:15. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Joe here. Hopefully this will work. My phone is definitely not charging, so I doubt we're gonna have anything on Instagram. But I'm looking for someone that can get this to stream correctly. I literally can't even get it to work on my computer, to Mac Pro, whatever. But anyway, so we're gonna be working on snatch tonight, and I want to warm up a little bit. So something that I like to do is use the stick mobility tools. This is a small version. A lot of people have seen me use the really tall ones. I got those over here. Personally, why I use these is, well, let me keep talking. I use these for basically a modified yoga. So if I'm doing different things, I can work on different positions while at the same time I can work on things that are actually beneficial to my kettlebell form. Okay, so instead of just reaching up, I can get distraction in my shoulder. I can go in different positions that probably aren't going to be hit if I was just using my body weight. You know, it's doing like a sun salutation or something like that, because I'm pushing up. That's the same as when I do that with kettlebells. So I'm pushing against the weight. Now here, I'm grabbing above and I'm actually stretching down, as you can see that bend. So that's something that you can do. We can do in different positions with kettlebell sport, like the jerk, kettlebell jerk. These are absolutely wonderful for that. But I'm gonna set these back. We're gonna do, like I said, tonight is all going to be about snatch. So if you can help, let's see, if you can help me spread the word that this is going to be alive every Tuesday night at 6:15, that's the time I can do right now. That'll help a lot. So here's something, we can use these, it's kind of like a bar. You can use a dowel or something like this, but I like these because they're flexible, and you can use different positions. So anyway, so let me work on getting that shoulder. I don't like the fact that people call these dislocates, because it has nothing to do with dislocating your shoulder. If anything, it's internal and external rotation in your shoulder. You're actually becoming more stable and connected, not by just stretching the pecs, but what I'm doing is I'm activating the rhomboids, the trapezius, the middle and lower trapezius, the rear delts, all that. So I'm not just stretching when it comes to using bars like this, tools like this, stick mobility. If anybody wants one also, I use them a lot. I have a discount that's KBLOCKER 10 for their site, and that should get you a good discount on a bundle of sticks. Moving past that, so not a dislocation, a stretch in the pec minor, front delt, activation in the lats, rhomboids, and now I'm squeezing back here. Feel that? So I'm trying to give myself a range of motion, okay? Now, if you think about kettlebell, mostly here. Now, when I first started kettlebell, I was so tight, I was out here. And that's why a lot of CrossFit athletes and people that do a lot of barbell stuff, bodybuilders, they're stuck out away from their body, and that's very hard with the kettlebell because the alignment isn't here. When you see people doing strength with a kettlebell If they're not leaning away, see, that's not what I want. I want to balance, I want to be here. So when that weight's down into my body, I'm almost built like a triangle, very strong, a pyramid of some sort. Okay, so I want to get range of motion and control for what I call structural integrity, okay? So instead of me calling what I do bodybuilding anymore, since I don't compete, and that's really what that is, I call it building structural integrity, okay? So the structure that I have underneath the kettlebell, I want that to be integrated and full of integrity. So I want that to be stable and strong. Okay, so everything under that weight, whether it's a clean, everything below, whether it's overhead, I'm not just launching it up and bringing it right back down. Bringing it up, I'm stabilizing, and every second that that bell is stabilized overhead, I'm working on everything that's below. Okay, so these are really good because it's not only getting me mobile out here, like people would for a barbell, for an overhead barbell squat, okay, stuff like that. I want to be here. I want to be mobile in this position, and it's different, okay? I'm not going to say it's any harder, but it is different, okay? So you can use the sticks and stuff like that. Now I'm going to move into a little bit of Mace. I like to do single arm things. I'm going to watch my fan, but I also like to do transitional tension. So I rotate into one, rotate into one. Then I do the other way. This is going to be tough for me. Rotate into one. And go the other way. Rotate into one. So this isn't a very heavy weight for me, but this is something that I can make it where I really have to focus. Instead of doing two-handed where it's really not heavy at all, I can go into single. It's twice as heavy, okay? The same weight, but let's just see, divided by 2, and now it's divided by 1. Okay, so I want to make sure that I can get both sides, and I'm nice and stable on that. See, I love Mace, because this is internal rotation with weight, and the opposite is external rotation. So I gotta be strong in both ways. Some people only go one way, okay? Now, if you switch your hands, hand on top, I like to go away from that, okay? This is an 8X arc. It's kind of in between a club and a longer mace. Anyway, you can do as much warm-up as you want to. I only do as much warm-up as I feel that I need because I'm always doing some sort of mobility work or training or stuff throughout the day. Even if I'm sitting down, I'm doing something. So I don't feel like I need to have this really drawn-out warm-up. Excuse me. But I do like to assess. So if I'm doing snatches, it's going to be a lot of my shoulder. So as the bell comes up, I got to think about where that range of motion is. It's going to be a decent amount of hips. It's not going to be a lot of knees, okay? So I don't go through doing a whole lot of ankle mobility and things when it comes to squatting. When it comes to snatching. I do mostly snatches on a snatch day, and I don't really do a lot of squats involved on that. Let's see. So anyway, I'm probably going to do something. Whoever wants to leave, let's see, any comments. Always leave as many comments as you want, and I will try to respond to them as much as I can. You got new shorts? That's awesome, dude. And a popsicle. You look awesome. All right, so yeah, leave any questions down below, and I'll answer them. I'll try to answer them during or after. Let's see. I'm probably going to do a little giveaway. And all right.
I'm gonna help Mommy rewind.
Okay, cool. Watch your eyes.
Yeah, you stay on the court, sweetie.
I love her. So if, like I said, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna do one of the Quick and Dirty 30 programs. So leave a message down at the bottom, and I'm gonna pick one person. I'm gonna keep saying this throughout the thing. I'm gonna pick one of the comments to give my Quick and Dirty 30 program away for free. If you don't mind, tag anybody that you can that you want to see gain knowledge from our channel. That helps when you tag or when you share anything. I'm trying to think one more thing. What I'm going to do is once a week, I'm looking for a kettlebell snatch team. I'm going to do semi-private paid sessions based on kettlebell snatch, one session through the week, and probably via Zoom so I can see everybody. So they're probably going to be $20 or $25 sessions, and we're probably going to do like an hour and a half or so of work once a week based on kettlebell snatching. I want to get in a wonderful team of kettlebell snatchers for the next competitions, because I just had another veteran win 2 first place awards in the Pan Am Games for kettlebell sport just the last week. And that's a story inside itself. But anyway, tag and leave questions down there. Like I said, I'm going to give away one of those programs. But we're going to do a couple different things. The first one is going to be just single arm swings. Okay? So grab your kettlebell. I just have a light warm up right here. This is a 16 kilogram. I'm probably going to use a 16 and a 26. So what I'm going to do is hike back. I'm going to get that bell to float. Notice that? I'm just getting it to float. Okay? Now this backhand comes with it. Okay? So you want to find that position that you feel comfortable. Now I'm feeling a little tender area near the elbow. So medial epicondyle. So that is why I made a video recently on the arm aid. You have to have one. If you're training, if you're gripping, if you want your forearms to look like mine, you need one of those things to take care of them, okay? So let's keep talking. So your swing, when you're getting ready to snatch, we're not trying to launch that weight as far away from us as we can. We're trying to bring it upward, upward. Notice that, almost like an uppercut. Yes, I'm still extending at my hips, but also my knees do it before. So I'm not doing one of these, not launching it away. I'm bringing it up. So up, float, 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 float. So when you're doing a kettlebell snatch, we want the weight to go up, just like that, okay? If I'm launching the weight out in front of me, this is what it's gonna look like. Okay, that takes too much effort to stop the weight from going behind me, okay? So that's why I'm trying to teach people that as you drop, it's up. And then the bell rotates around the wrist. So let's keep going. Let's do some hand-to-hand stuff right now. Carefully porch to stop. All right, so the thing is, a lot of people are having trouble with breathing when it comes to endurance, okay? Now think about this. You gotta be able to do both. If you're running, do you take an exhalation on every other footfall? No. Do you take an exhalation on every left footfall? No. You're breathing and you're running to your breath. So when you're kettlebell snatching, you're snatching to your breath. So pick a pace, and then we're gonna go with that, okay? So I exhale on the back swing, okay? So as I here, kettlebell's here, I'm catching that bell, I'm exhaling, and as it starts to come forward, I'm inhaling, it's coming up, exhaling again. Inhale on the drop, exhale on the catch and extension, or the flexion. So you have to breathe dependent on what you're trying to do. I mean, that, to me, that makes sense for almost everything. Patient Man, yes, cult leader. What an awesome, awesome band. But yeah, tag somebody below, like I said, leave a comment. I'm gonna pick somebody to win a free program from me, the Quick and Dirty 30. So after this, let's move into some other stuff. We're gonna go with some regular snatches. Now these snatches are gonna be different. Okay, so I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna have you hike it back. It's kind of like a hang. So instead of the barbell, I'm gonna hold that back and then I'm gonna explode, okay? So let's do a couple of those. I usually tend to do them from the floor, but right now we're gonna do them from here. So we're gonna hold back, hike up, and lower back down to a half. Let's do 5 on each side. So hold back. 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm gonna do it straight on. So I'm gripping the bell down here, hiking it back. 1, shoulder down. 2, shoulder down. 3, shoulder down. 4, shoulder down. 5, shoulder and down. All right, so one of those reasons, like, why would you do that? I like to do a lot of different things to make me think about the movement that I'm doing. You get really good by doing the same thing over and over. You get even better by doing other things that are similar to that movement, okay? So if I just did kettlebell snatches right here, if I just did kettlebell snatches, I'd get really good at just doing kettlebell snatches. Now, if I started doing other exercises, low snatches, high snatches, sideways, lateral stuff, I'm gonna be so much better, at least in my mind, and that's how I got to where I am now, by doing all those different things. If you think about how conjugate powerlifting and stuff, they rotating exercises. That's what I do a lot with KBOMG. The very first one, it doesn't have a lot of the same stuff. It has exercises based on movements, okay? They rotate. So that's why a lot of people see it, they're like, well, there's not much progression here. Yet they get stronger over, because it's always something different. So anyway, let's move into this one. We're actually gonna go from the floor now. And I'm gonna do a little bit heavier weight. Let me move up. All right, so now I have a 26 kilogram. Now, if you see this, I'm gonna start this between my heels. So instead of your kettlebell swing that's out in front of you, we're gonna tilt the bell forward a little bit, okay? And I'm going to explode, I'm gonna lock tension, I'm gonna explode upward, and snatch. 1. Back by the heels. 2. 3. 4. 5. Switch. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. So, catch your breath. If you're going to do a couple more sets, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. That's just basically an explosive kettlebell snatch. You're creating tension. Most of that weight's always coming from your hips and quads. You know?
I was just looking for another one of those large lithium batteries, and I can't find one.
There should be in the bathroom.
In the
Or
bathroom?
the,
Oh, yeah, there was just the one. Is that right?
Then they're attached to the vacuum or
Oh, the leaf blower is the one that I
leaf blower.
Okay.
Okay, so what's up everybody? Once again, so far we've done kind of like a hang, snatch with a lightweight. We've done snatch from the floor, so I consider power. If anybody's joined us that hasn't been here before, make sure you like us, you subscribe to us, tag a friend, all that stuff. Like I said, I really appreciate meeting everybody here. Leave a message, which I can see if there's any other there. What a do players, what's up? Hello Nicholas, shoegaze and a space marine. So I'm gonna do a little bit of mace real quick to loosen myself up. And then we're probably gonna do some sets of lighter weight snatches, okay? And we're gonna really, what's up Pro Charge? And we're gonna really focus on loosening up those shoulders. So if you notice, I like to stand, I don't try to stand totally locked out or anything. I always am in an athletic stance. I love the mace because, here, I'm just gonna show you right here. Hold it on one side, snatch on the other. Hike back, snatch up. Okay, so everything is hips, boom, overhead, weights above and above, slightly in front, okay? Now, with a mace, okay, so when the weight is overhead, the weight is behind us and below, okay? So see how instead of the back, we're actually working from forearm, elbow, tricep, lats, chest, abs, hip flexors, quads. Okay, that's what's keeping us from falling over. So when that weight comes down, and also, I like to rotate like a throw. I'm gonna throw that thing the same as I do a kettlebell snatch. I don't just do that, okay? So I don't wanna just, it's hard for me to do that. I wanna use my body as one cohesive unit. So as I rotate, wham, I'm gonna throw into that. So that involves a lot of this motions, rotational motions, lateral motions, at the same time forward and backwards, weight up and down. Let me go the other side. So if I'm going to my right, my left hand is on top and it stays. So top hand points. I'm going the way that I'm pointing. Okay, I'm dropping that weight down that way. And left to right, heel up, bam, bam, boom, boom. Switch my hands. I'm going the way that I'm pointing, okay? Top hand pointing. Wham. Now here, I like to exhale. Exhale as that weight's behind me. When I'm throwing, it's the same thing as you were throwing a football or a baseball. You're not gonna inhale when you, that takes everything. So we're gonna start exhaling, okay? So if you think about a club or whatever, this is only set at maybe 20 pounds. Nothing really heavy. So let me check some of these things. Thanks everybody for stopping by. It's good to see a bunch of people watching. Leave messages. Like I said, I'm getting ready. When you're coming down a hike from a full snatch, is the hand position of preference of thumbs or behind and forward? Shoegaze. Great question. You can do however works best for you. Your arm is going to be different than my arm. Your torso is going to be different length from shoulder to from top of hip flexion is going to be different than mine. Your quad length is going to be, same thing really. Femur length is going to be different than mine. Okay, so I don't like to go thumb back because for me to go thumb back, it involves me to rotate my shoulder forward and in. My shoulders are already wide. So I like to lean slightly down and have a 45-degree angle. Now, if you have really long arms and you're casting that weight down, Notice I'm not throwing away. Never throw your kettlebell away. We're going to drop, we're going to cast it forward, we're going to catch, grip, and then wherever you are, that's what's going to dictate. So for me, that's a whole lot of motion to get my thumb back, my pecs tight, a lot of my muscles in the way. So I like to find the path of least resistance. Right here, this bone connected to my rib cage on the outside of my pec. Bam! Notice where my hand is. Thumb 45 degree. Almost like I was driving a car or a Jeep, okay? So I'm not going to lose my thumbs when the wheel goes around. So I catch here, hike back, and boom, that bell rolls outside. Now, it's all affects, everybody's different. So it's just going to affect how you do it. All right, so, oh, that sneak peek. Yeah. Great channel. Thanks for the content. No, thank you for watching. I'm going to do that really quick. Someone asked me about I love doing outside the leg kettlebells. Okay, you know, my quads are much bigger than a lot of people, but my knees are going to be in the same place. So let me show you double swing. Now, with a single kettlebell swing, a lot of people think crossbody work, a lot of the stability. So with a single bell, that's possible, okay? Now when you start getting heavier, so what I'm doing is I'm locking in. I'm trying to screw my feet into the ground, at the same time take a good rooting with my toes, all that stuff. I don't overthink about it. I've done it for a long time. Now here's 57 pounds. Now if I go out here, it starts to take me, and I feel a lot more of a twisting action. But what I would rather do, I don't like to keep that in that straight line. Wonderful for bowling, but bowling doesn't have your feet in the same spot. Let's try that. So we're back here, and we bring that bell out. That's a much better way to do that. Okay, you're gonna get rotational stuff. Here's the 57. This is 26 kilogram. So instead of me trying to be here and go that way, I'm gonna open it up, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back, You get it? So there, it's a wonderful swing. Try to boom. I would think that would be great for like martial arts, wrestling, punching some, all that stuff. Bowling especially. I just don't like that straight on. It doesn't happen too much in life, you know? So there's a little sneak peek of that next video. Getting that heart rate up. Let's see. Need some water. Another thing is, don't gulp your water. Even if you're super thirsty or whatever, smaller amounts of water in your stomach is going to be able to be digested easier than a whole bunch at once. It's going to be easier to train and move. Let's go back to that snatch real quick. Let's talk about the drop. Okay, so I'm going to use this bell. And tell me if you can see pretty well, okay? So I'm going to be up top. Now, I'm going to drop into the other hand. Now see how I did that? Where I switched that kettlebell is the same spot that I'm going to grab that kettlebell when it's on the same arm. Okay? Notice I'm not throwing that weight out in front of me. I'm not dropping it straight down, but I'm bending the elbow, boom, and leaning. Okay, so that's how I like to teach that. Hand insertion is by going from one hand, one arm to the other. You can do it on cleans too. See? The hand, this is how I'm swinging it, coming up. The hand is just sliding in behind as I open. That puts me in that position where I want. Every time. Whoops, missed. So that proves that I'm not pulling that weight up with the same arm. Let's see. Yeah, that one's not too clear for me. Let's see that again. What's up, Nicholas? I think that's a hand on fire, maybe, I don't know. So the corkscrew, here's a couple of different things. I use many different kettlebell snatch techniques. As the bell comes up, still my hand is going to go into this position. Whether it rotates over, I'm making it almost a cleaning press, or I'm going to do the same thing to the outside. See, drop, outside, in, outside, in. So the bell's always here. Different? Really different. There's your thumb back style. Here, I'm not a fan of it. There's too much movement for me. So why I don't like excess movement is movement takes energy. Maybe not too, people think kettlebells are about momentum. Now, I have world-class friends that talk about the momentum of a kettlebell. Remember this. Kettlebells dropping here. What are you doing? Are you absorbing here? Or are you letting the kettlebell swing you back? Because I'm telling you, as I do hundreds of reps of snatches, I do not get a bungee cord effect. I don't get a kettlebell creating momentum. So even back here, it's coming down to the ground. So we're pulling it up, pulling it up. So here, could I do snatches from this position? Yes. It would just take me, it might wear out my quads a little bit more. But I'm telling you, I've done a whole lot of kettlebell snatches in both ways that I do it. With a certain amount of weight, you're absorbing it and redirecting it and applying force. I had a physicist client who was showing me, written it all out, the kettlebell swing, where the energy, what happens on a chart of a graph or whatever, a mathematical equation that was showing me the energy production and accelerate, all different stuff about a kettlebell swing. And he's like, there's not a lot of momentum. There's not a lot of inertia, okay? You're getting that kettlebell, the heavier it is, it's not going way back behind you, okay? Now that could be true for a 16 kilogram for a person my size. So now it's still about the grip. So I'm hiking back, dropping. It's still about redirection of force. Once again, so the least amount of motion that I can do, that's why for me to go from here to there, so thumb forward and inside for me and then this. That's what's happening on the way up. And I see a lot of people that look like this when they're overhead. Now that is not a lock. This right here is a lock, okay? I'm locked, that kettlebell's not moving. I can talk about that all day. If you have the post not touching your arm, you gotta fix it, okay? So anyway, what's up everybody? What's up? Thanks for watching, thanks for being here. Means a lot. Drop a comment down there. I'm gonna pick one person at the end of the hour to give a free quick and dirty 30 program to. But you gotta leave a comment, okay? Doesn't matter what it is. You could say, hey, nice red shirt. Hey, your shorts are too small or big or whatever. Nice kettlebells, you know? Things like that. So I'm gonna do a bunch more snatches now. But we're gonna go in heavy weight. So if you are ready, hi buddy. Are you covered in foil? Ooh, there's so much glitter. Now I see it. Now I see the glitter.
He's very proud.
I'm proud of you too.
There was glitter on the parts you don't even want to know.
I know where their glitter was. I heard you talking about it. Okay, so I got to get pen out. Penny, here, pen. Come on, please.
There is a popsicle stick missing in the grass because he launched it. You can't find it.
But if you can't throw popsicle sticks, the doggies could eat it. It could hurt their.
I don't know it.
Well, I'll look for it, okay, with my magical popsicle stick binder. Eyeballs. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna do some snatches. Let's do sets of 15 to start with, okay? So grab yourself a weight that you can do, and 15 you should be probably around 45 seconds to a minute, okay? So I'm gonna use this 26 kilogram, and I'm just gonna do 15. Like I said, I don't have my watch right now, so I don't know. But, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's pause and go to the other side. So give yourself a quick shakedown and go to the other side. Snatch is one of my favorite exercises, so I love it. Thoracic mobility is key to being able to fixate properly. It can be. So I don't have incredibly good thoracic mobility. I'm stiff as a damn tree trunk, at least a maple. So, but I have really good shoulder mobility, okay? So, I'm trying to think what I was doing the other day for thoracic mobility. Oh, yeah. Here we go. In case anybody didn't see this, in my last reel was a way to force yourself almost into thoracic mobility. So here, kneeling overhead. I like that. I'm definitely getting leaner. I'm enjoying it. 1, 2, 3. I recommend using a pad on your knees. 4, 5. Now, I really felt a lot in my thoracic area because I couldn't cheat with my squat mobility, okay? So, I don't have much lateral or rotational thoracic mobility because I'm so big in my trunk. But yeah, a lot of people that are thinner, absolutely, thoracic mobility helps. And if a person sits all day at a desk, maybe this is their position, kind of hunched over. It's the opposite of mine, okay? So for someone that has this posture versus my normal posture, I don't need to change much from this position to get overhead squats and snatches and things like that.
Okay.
But someone that's down here really does have to change a lot, if that makes sense. Once again, yeah, drop a comment down below. Hey buddy, hey buddy, can I help you? What's wrong?
I want you to come over here to the steps.
What's wrong, buddy? You just need your boots? Okay, I gotta do one set of help little dude with his boots. Alright, be right back. Okay, let me see here. This one first. Gotta do this side. You're welcome. That's a loop. And then this side. You don't have any poison ivy on your boots, do you?
No.
Daddy's highly allergic.
Ow.
Ow? What's ow?
I.
Owl's a flying bird. Alright, okay. So we're good. He's good. Just need his boots on. Sometimes you're a dude and you just need your boots. But some good thrusting mobility work. I like some, there's a kettlebell there that I didn't recognize. Is some rotational stuff. See, I'm stuck already. I'm stuck. No matter what. I'm so big in the trunk, I get stuck. So my goal is definitely, I mean, I'm 223 pounds now. My goal is to lose, I mean, I'm going for 15 pounds. I got my medal at the competition, at the World Championships. I got what I set out for, actually more. Now, it's not, I'm actually going for a little bit like physique. So I'm going to lose 10 to 12 pounds and see how I feel then. And hopefully I can maintain that performance. I just didn't want to do that at the same time when I was trying to go for a performance-only goal. Because kettlebell sport, performance only. Like, I've been 195 pounds, I've been 235 pounds, and both I could do very well with kettlebell snatch. Let's get ready to do that other side. I gotta do my right side. Does anybody have any questions? High skilled dad mobility, absolutely. Let's go to that other side. Like I said, I'm adding these live workouts to kbmuscle.com on the live workout page. So if people are missing this, please share them when you're done, either now or when you're done. Let people know to come on and visit. To do that, I gotta do this right side. But yeah, let everybody know. They'll be archived for you to come back to later. So if this is something you just want to learn and watch and then later implement, that's totally cool. Just come back and watch it. Bookmark it, save it, whatever. All right, ready? So we're gonna do 15 on the other side. Thirteen, 14, 15. Okay. So hope that felt pretty good for you. Hi, by the way, I'm Joe, just in case anybody doesn't know. It really, I don't want to say it does irritate me, but watch some of these people that have 100, thousands to 1 million followers that are doing kettlebell stuff. Most of them really aren't that experienced, or they're very experienced in one way. So that one way, they try to push that as the only way to do kettlebells. Now, to me, that's a pretty dogmatic thing. It also just means that they're not very experienced, because if I watch so many people, maybe I'll watch 15 people, even at a high level, let's say world championship level of kettlebell sport doing snatch. 10 of them might have very, very different forms because 10 of them might have very, very different bodies. Even at that level, watch the NBA, some of the highest level of basketball there is. There are so many different bodies, so many different heights and arm lengths and leg lengths and all that and abilities and stuff like that. They all have different form. So you're telling me somebody that lines up and shoots a free throw, and then you're saying somebody lines up and shoots a free throw. If they can make 10 out of 10, you're going to tell me one of those forms is bad? You know, so it depends on so many different things. Now, I saw somebody the other day say that a kettlebell snatch cannot have a straight arm, okay? It has to have a bend in the arm. And I'm like, actually, it doesn't. Let me show you that. So there's that bend in your arm, right? There's a kettlebell right behind me. That skater exercise. All right, so if I'm swinging and bend in the arm, now I can also lean back and have nearly a straight arm, if that makes sense. There are so many different ways to do a kettlebell snatch, or that bend in the arm. So whatever is the one that's going to get you to your goal with the least amount of injuries for your body type is how I'd like to see you snatch. I might see somebody online and I might think that they could do it a little differently. And if they want to take my advice, I'd gladly, give it to them. But yeah, there's just so many different ways. So once again, a lot of people here, make sure, give us a thumbs up, please, on this video. Leave a comment down there. I'm going to pick somebody to get a free Q&D 30 program from me, which is awesome. You can find that at kbmuscle.com in the shop. It's basically 30 different 10 to 30 minute exercises based on every minute on the minute training. So if you're training, you don't have much time, 10 minutes is more than zero. If you don't have an hour to train, 30, try 30. If you have young kids or something like that, you need something that's short and concise, but not just the same exercise over and over and over. So like I said, there are 30 different ones that you can pick. And you can pick out a workout that works great for you that day. So yeah, leave a comment. I'm going to give away one of those today. Check it out. Literally, it's only 33 bucks. If that's something you want to add to your workout, your training. kbmuscle.com. Let's do some snatches again. All right, so let's bump these up a little bit now. Does anyone want to shoot for 25 reps? All right, so if you need to find, we're going to focus on form and breathing now a little bit more. I'm going to drop down a little bit. I'm still working through this little tension that I'm feeling right here, right there, from this super tight wrist flexor, okay? Now, I'm still feeling, just because it's finger flexors as well, they're all right in here, okay? So that's why I've been using that so much to get in to that area, and already just lightly tension and then moving. And like I said, this is one of my last videos that I just posted. You need one of these. These are an arm aid. It's called an arm aid. I think I have 10 or 15% off with the code SWING if you want to get one from their site. I've had one of theirs for a decade now. Since 2012 is the first time I made a video using it, because it's kept me going. It's kept me from getting real bad tendonitis, because I do a lot of kettlebells. And when I do get some tension, I'm quick to alleviate it by using that tool. So anyway, let's go for 25 in a row. I'm going to drop down to a 20 kilogram. See somebody drop that. Hi, you're late. That's all good. We're here. You can watch this later. But right now we're at 25 snatches on each arm. I'm going to take a 30-second break to do the other side. So Let's go, I'm gonna go my weak side first, my non-dominant side. So 25, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, short little break before we go to the other side. If you notice, I'm exhaling on the backswing. I'm exhaling, counting my number out at the top. So, let that number out. That's because I inhaled on the way out when the bell was floating. And then here. Get it? Okay, so that's for endurance. That keeps your blood pressure a little bit lower. As I'm hiking back, so I'm not trying to breathe in deep here because that causes me to have more blood pressure. Let's go to the other side. I wish you could get around not listening to music, because music drives me a lot, okay? All right, so whatever your grip is, I like to start here, hike back, and do 25 on this side. Ready? So try to get that fluid form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. Kettlebell snatch, so fun. Just so fluid. Doing rotational snatches. That's cool. Snatch away. Snatches are fun. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll do, maybe like 15 minutes more. I think we'll probably do a whole lot more of timed sets. Take care of your hands. I think you can see, even with those, it's humid in here, and I'm not using chalk. Chalk's a big thing when it comes to snatching. It's really interesting. What people think chalk does is, when you're a beginner, people think that, oh, hey, I'm tearing my hands, therefore I need to use more chalk, right? Like, nope, you're gonna tear the hell out of your hands if you're doing what you're doing right now and getting calluses, getting blisters, and then you add chalk, it's gonna rip them right off. So most people, chalk provides more bite and more friction. That's so it doesn't slip. Metal, wet hands, slippery. Okay, so chalk, you can either grip or you can rip. Okay, so we want to work on grip because when the kettlebell is rotating, the handle is rotating, so I'm grabbing right here. The handle, right there, the handle is rotating in my hand skin. It is going to create heat and friction. So we want to create no roll or no wobble of that kettlebell when it's in our grip. The kettlebell should be like a bucket of water that's staying in the bucket as you swing it. Okay? It doesn't bend, it doesn't flip-flop. I see all these people flip-flopping a kettlebell. It's literally hitting them in the butt. I'm like, where'd that kettlebell go? They're trying to thrust as hard as they can. The kettlebell hits them right in the butt. That's not what you want. That is exactly why your hands are ripping. Snatch, very, very similar. If the kettlebell comes up and breaks that line, if the kettlebell does one of these and just goes like that when you're snatching, you are going to tear your hands. Chalk's going to make it worse. What's up, everybody? So I just saw someone talk about a cue for double snatches. We're not going to do double snatches today, but I don't know what about cue double snatches. There's a whole lot. There is no rotation at all for double snatches. So you either have to be strong to get them where you want to, or you have to do kind of like an under squat to get where you might need to be. Or as you go longer and farther, you'll end up doing both of those. But yeah, there's no, if you can't do a single snatch very, very good on both sides, it's almost a hard style versus kettlebell sport, excuse me, for the double snatch. It has to be. There's no rotation. So there can be dips and stuff like that, but still it's much more jumping and pulling those weights upward, and less rotational, kind of like a backhand tennis, stuff. So there's a lot of different cues. I'd have to see what somebody was doing. The cue is, for me, is like snatch hard AF. I've been doing double snatches since before I even knew they were a thing. I've been doing double snatches since probably 2011. Once I did double 16s for, once I did double 16s for 100 reps in 5 minutes. Now, that's 32 kilograms. I was in awesome cardio conditioning shape then, but I wasn't as strong as I am now. Yeah, good tip, less rip. I did a video on this channel. It's called Chalk. It's basically, nice job. It's basically Chalk, grip or rip. So if you want to search that, go ahead and search it. Let me see. Why will this not? I wish the live chat would actually stay up. All right, good tip. I just want to suggest posting a Kettlebells Reddit page. I'm suggesting it for traffic to your channel based on your video a few weeks ago. So I do post on Reddit on a couple different ones. It's even more helpful for me if you viewers post my stuff out there, because one time, unbeknownst to me, I was shadow banned for about 5 years because apparently I posted something and no one told me that, whatever, I don't really get into Reddit. Someone tags me, I answer a question. I might post stuff. But anyway, it's usually better when an unbiased source such as yourself posts out there something that I do. That helps a lot. And like I said, occasionally I have there's a couple different ones like STKB Reddit. There's Reddit Kettlebells. Actually, it's a very good kettlebell training page. They want me to post there, so I post some stuff here there every now and then. I definitely don't want to steal, a lot of stuff. So yeah, if you could post out there, that would help a lot. Like I said, anything that helps get the kbmuscle.com website bigger and more traffic, that's what I want. That's what this is going for. So anyway, let's go. Let's snatch, snatch, snatch. Whew. There's so much glitter on this floor. I'm sure. I walked away from that. Snatching along with you is great to learn the breathing technique. Thanks for your way of explaining kettlebells. Been swinging for a year. It's a new hobby. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Let's snatch. Now, who wants to go longer? Does anybody want to do a set of 40? Let's drop down and wait if we do, and we'll all breathe together. Okay? So now, what I'm going to do is, let's focus on pacing, okay? Is 40 good? Everybody want to type in yes or no? 40? So I have a 16 kilogram here. Like I said, my goal right now is to use up a lot of calories and eat food in a way that's going to help cut down body fat. I have a lot of muscle for me. I'm happy about the muscle that I have. Now it's time to see more of it, all right? I don't need to be 225 pounds. I don't need to prove anybody what weight that I can do. I don't need to, I've done what I need to do. And now I'm going to teach how to do it. So let's do 40 of them, okay? 16 kilogram. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, I'm gonna come up here. Thanks for everybody for staying here, saying what's up. If you can, leave a comment below. I'm gonna give out that one of those programs to a comment that I randomly choose. Sure, 40 fine, thank you. We gotta do it on the other side now. Trying to think. I'm also looking for some people that have any of your expertise. If I can help you with my expertise, I would appreciate to find some people that are really good in what they do. Like if I can get the stuff I have out online out better, whether it's you're a person that's really good at like creating sales stuff. Like if you see a better way that my website should be set up, kbmuscle.com or something, please let me know. I really appreciate that because it's not my bread and butter. It's, you know, I'm not really good at that. What I do try to do is not what annoys me. Now, sometimes people I feel like they might get mad at me when it's not that I'm knocking, but I'm just calling to attention some of the BS that I find in training, kettlebells especially. Like, there's a very prominent coach that's been around longer than I have that emails me every 1.25 days. I mean, an email every single day. I don't even read them. Because what's the point? Like, as much information as I have to put out there, I can't write that much. Like, it's just mind-blowing to me. And then I have so many people that are like, yeah, I can't with that either. So I don't want to bombard you with stuff. I'd rather train. I'd rather take that time and build this and have 480 people come snatch on Tuesday night. You think we could do that? Let's build that. But yeah, I don't want to send you an email every damn day. I'm not even gonna do that every week. I think an auto email generates when I write a blog on my website. So once a week maybe, if that. And I don't even force it out there. So let's go 40 on this side. 40. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna turn a little bit. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, exhale out, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. How'd you do? How do you feel? That's really what matters. It's how you feel. Training isn't competition, and competition isn't fitness. So I'm big into like thinking about how do I feel when I train? Am I feeling some tenderness in this area? Yes. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna work with it. I'm going to, ooh, bam. I'm gonna hit on, let's see what this does right now. Actually, let me loosen some of this stuff up. So what I like to do is go through a range of motion. Actually, this is a massage gun that I got from, it's a YouTube channel actually of, I believe, chiropractors or physical therapists called Bob and Brad. And this thing is so awesome. They sent one asking what I would think about it. All the attachments is a normal, like hyper ice and hypervolt and all that stuff. But wow, it's way more compact, it's quiet, it's easier to use, and has just as much power. If not, I don't know, I like it a lot. Like I said, it's easier to use. It's not this big bulky thing, but this is wonderful. Any sort of massage type percussion is like right here. So when I open up right here, here's where my tension is. Now as I go tighter, and when I open my fingers, so that shows me, I can feel this in the palm of my hand. Okay, so when I open here, so that is where I can feel those finger flexors are what's really, really tight. And that makes total sense to me because I'm gripping that kettlebell. I'm not bringing my wrist in like that. If anything, I'm keeping my wrist locked. So going through that range of motion, right there, yep, I can feel this right here, like and there. So I'm gonna go through the range of motion, and you can see that tissue move, and I can feel it be connected. So remember, it's not, usually where you feel pain is usually a referred area. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you through personally what I do, and the massage and all that work, body work that I get, trigger point books and all that, is the muscle belly has different points, trigger points. It's kind of like pulling a string back on a bow. Okay, so, ooh, right there, my middle and ring finger is where the tightest spot is. So now I wouldn't have expected that. I would think it's right, my my trigger finger, my pointer finger. But no, it's middle and ring. Now that is where I'm gripping a lot. On the backswing is I'm down in the bottom handle, and as I come up, I slide my thumb and forefinger to grip that bell. So, right there, you can see that tension. So I move around. I don't want to just move this. I like to go into find a spot that feels kind of taut, and then move the next joint, or even move the joint above, because I'm feeling it when it's locked out, okay? Oh yeah, I love it. I'm getting leaner. I'm starting to see more triceps. It's making me feel good. That means it's working. But anyway, once again, thanks for watching. But tools like this, now, I feel like I have a super loose hand. Another thing I'm probably going to use is some floss bands. So this is a thicker floss band. But anyway, now that just feels, I absolutely love percussion massage, especially vibration work. Look, that I can almost see more of that, the ability of that muscle to contract. That's a kettlebell snatcher's forearm. You see that? Got one there too. It's not as big as this one because this is what this is my gripping hand. This is my holding arm. It's my gripping hand. Okay, so anyway, so let's do another one. Okay, we're gonna go. Does anybody want to do a set of 50? You want to finish off on a set of 50? And then that's probably gonna be it. But like I said, if you're new here, we're going to archive this at kbmuscle.com in the live workout section. And here, write down if you want to do 50 or not. But leave a comment if you're watching. Leave a comment below. And I'm going to pick one comment for a person to win my Q&D 30. Thanks. There you go. See? I'm down for 50. Love it. All right, so you might want a lighter bell. I'm still going to use my 16. And I'm probably not going to count out as loud on this one. I'm just going to go. Because me counting is But anyway, there's one thing. Let me show you this really, really quick. There's one app that I really, really recommend that I think you'll enjoy. Like I said, I don't like to count. But check this out. It costs a little bit of money. But it's Kettlebell Counter. Kettlebell Counter right there from Laboratory of Champions. I haven't made a full write-up yet, but Kim Fox swears by it. She's one of the best. She's the best in the world when it comes to double long cycle. She told me about it a while ago. Arsene Zernikov from Laboratory of Champions was telling us about it. It's absolutely amazing. You put the timer on. You can see the timer I'm watching right here. And it counts the reps for you. So you can focus on watching your form. It's like having a mirror that counts for you with kettlebells. It's so simple. It's just a couple bucks a month. I think it's less than 10 bucks. You can cancel any time, but I mean, it's worth it. If you're doing long range, long rep sets like this, it's awesome. Anyway, it's what I did to count my Rogue set when I did the most ever of my 24 kilogram snatches. Even more than I did in the World Championships. So anyway, we're going to do 50. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. $15. 30. Yeah?
I need to take a shower.
Okay, hold on.
I carried Oliver 100% of the way around the loop.
Okay, almost finished.
Feeling very good. He cried almost the whole time.
See, and that's why I can't keep track. So, knock out 50 and then do 50. But that's why kettlebell counter is good, because I can't keep track of numbers at all. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. And drop some questions below. And then F those burpees. I'm only going to do Kentucky burpees. And if you don't know what that is, look them up. All right. Later, everybody.